Meet the immortal jellyfish, Turritopsis dohrnii, one of the ocean's strangest creatures. This tiny creature has an unbelievable trick. It can turn back time. In fact, the immortal jellyfish can reverse its own life cycle and avoid aging. It sounds like science fiction, but it's real. T. dohrnii was first formally described by biologist August Weismann in 1883 from specimens off Naples, Italy. For decades, it was just another tiny gelatinous critter. But in the 1990s, scientists noticed its incredible secret. This jellyfish doesn't simply die when it gets old. Instead, it can revert to a younger stage. In other words, instead of aging and dying, the adult jellyfish transforms back into a juvenile polyp. How small is tiny? The adult immortal jellyfish is only about 4 to 5 millimeters across, roughly the size of a pencil eraser. Its body is a bell-shaped blob of jelly, almost transparent with a faint bluish glow. Dozens of slender, thread-like tentacles dangle from the bell's rim. If you look closely in bright light, you can even see the jellyfish's stomach, glowing bright red at the center of the bell. A small cruciform, cross-shaped organ easily visible through its see-through body. Despite its size, Turritopsis is hungry. It's a carnivore. Drifting in ocean currents, it catches tiny prey like plankton, fish larvae, and small mollusks. Special stinging cells on its tentacles, nematocysts, help it grab and paralyze these morsels as it floats. And since this jellyfish has only one body opening for mouth and gut, it actually eats and expels waste through the same place, a bit like a gummy donut recycling itself. So we have a tiny see-through jellyfish, and here's the amazing part. When an adult Turritopsis dohrnii is stressed or injured, or simply grows old, it can do something no other known animal can do. Instead of dying, it transforms itself back into a baby again. In biological terms, it reverts from its mature medusa form back to the juvenile polyp stage. This process is called transdifferentiation. The jellyfish's own cells literally turn back into a more primitive state, rebuilding a new tiny polyp colony. Normally, the life cycle goes one way: a fertilized egg to free-swimming larva, planula, to settles as a polyp to polyp buds off tiny medusae, to medusae mature and spawn eggs or sperm. But T. dohrnii has a rewind button. Under stress, starvation, injury, temperature shock, or the old age process, the jellyfish's body partly digests its tissues into a blob of stem-like cells, forming a little cyst that later grows into a whole new polyp colony. In essence, an old jellyfish becomes a new baby jellyfish all over again. And this isn't just a one-time thing. Lab studies have shown that an individual T. dohrnii can repeat this cycle many times. One report found a single jellyfish went through 10 full rejuvenation cycles in 2 years, essentially living over and over. Under ideal conditions, it has the potential for indefinite rejuvenation. That's why it earned the nickname Immortal. In perfect conditions, it could go on forever, avoiding death by old age. Of course, immortal doesn't mean invincible. In the real ocean, these jellyfish are still very fragile. They can be eaten by fish, crushed by a wave, or succumb to disease. But their remarkable self-repair ability means they never age in the usual sense, at least until something else gets them. Let's pause for a quick second. If you're enjoying this deep dive into ocean oddities, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. We bring you more amazing nature stories every week. Back to the jellyfish. Besides its life cycle, where does this curious creature live? As the name suggests, T. dohrnii was first identified in the Mediterranean Sea, Naples, Italy. But today, thanks to ships and changing oceans, it's basically global. It thrives in warm, temperate, and tropical waters worldwide. Researchers have found it in the Atlantic, Pacific, and even parts of the Indian Ocean. Often it turns up near harbors or beaches, attached as a tiny polyp on rocks, docks, algae, or floating debris. In nature, a polyp colony of Turritopsis looks like a small branching brush growing on the bottom. From each polyp node, miniature jellyfish bud off and swim away. Those medusae eventually grow up, spawn, and, if they get stressed, can drop back into a cyst and restart. In the lab, scientists maintain polyp cultures that keep churning out jellyfish indefinitely. Why do scientists care so much about this little animal? Because its cellular regeneration may hold clues to aging and medicine. Researchers are fascinated by how a mature cell can reset to an embryonic state. One article even noted scientists hope to learn from this jellyfish how to cheat death, perhaps someday helping humans live longer. While that's still science fiction, studying T. dohrnii has already deepened our understanding of stem cells and regeneration. Here are a few quick facts. T. dohrnii isn't the only conidarian that can reverse its life cycle, but it's the most famous. Other jellyfish like Laodicea undulata and moon jellies can also shrink a bit when stressed, but none are known to remain biologically immortal like this one. Unlike an immortal vampire or time-traveling hero, this jellyfish's immortality has limits. It needs the conditions just right. And it's still tiny. Unless you zoom way in, you could miss it entirely in ocean footage. To wrap up, Turritopsis dohrnii, the so-called immortal jellyfish, is a fascinating reminder of nature's creativity. At about the size of a pencil eraser, it holds a secret that no other animal does: the ability to reboot its life cycle and escape death by aging. It's found from the Mediterranean to the shores of Japan and beyond, tucked amid plankton and corals. Its story has captured the imagination of scientists and the public alike, symbolizing the mysteries still hidden in the sea. Thanks for watching. If you learned something new about the immortal jellyfish, please hit subscribe and click the bell so you won't miss our next creature feature. And let us know in the comments, what fact surprised you the most about Turritopsis dohrnii? Have you seen this jellyfish or heard of any other immortal animals? We love hearing from you.